Burnley have made some insane signings this window, but none of them will compare to Johan Bakayoko if Alan Pace can get the deal done. It was reported over the last few days that Burnley had an offer in the region of 20 to 25 million turned down for the PSV winger. But it was also said that PSV just did not want to sell before their second leg Champions League fixture against Rangers, therefore sort of implying that potentially a deal could be struck if it would mean that he could stay for that Rangers game. Now, what everyone is here for, how does this 20-year-old wonder kid fit into Vincent Kompany's Burnley system? Well, he fits in like Jack Grealish in a nightclub, lads. He's the most Vincent Kompany winger I think I've ever seen, and arguably one of the very best one-on-one wingers across Europe. The way he glides past defenders with so much ease, yet still explosive power, is absolutely incredible. On top of this insane ability to beat his man almost every single time, whilst also finding a way to come inside and create opportunities for him and his team, averaging just under 5 shot creating actions per 90. Ever since the Clarets didn't go out and get former loanee Nathan Tella, who's obviously now departing to go to Bayer Leverkusen, it was so evident that Vincent Kompany still needed more of a direct winger to come in and complete his insane strike force. And to be honest with you, Johan Bakayoko fits that profile perfectly, averaging over 7 progressive carries per game, over 3 successful take-ons, and sitting the top 5% of wingers in Europe for most touches in the opposing penalty box.
Are you taking the fucking piss?
This lad is a joke. The threat that this sort of player brings is genuinely so valuable. Within weeks we would see teams trying to double up on Bakayoko, and with the other talent in Burnley's free-flowing attack, teams will be massively exposed almost every single week. Vincent Kompany last season set up his teams in sort of a 4-2-3-1, kind of verging on a 4-3-3 at the same time, but in attack, there was nothing of a rigid formation at all. Each of the front four seemed to consistently interchange and rotate between one another, allowing different players to exploit the pockets of space. As we see for Nathan Tella here, who drifts far more central despite playing on the wing, and as a result, we see this brilliant opportunity which he finds himself in, running not just at the defence, but in and behind it. Now, this sort of free-flowing attacking football would be perfect for Bakayoko just because of how good he is technically. He will be more than comfortable in any one of the wide roles or even through the middle. He can drift in the pockets of space very well and also play well with his back to goal, which obviously, again, fits the fluid attack at Turf Moor. But the only issue I do have is how he compares with the goal threat that Nathan Tella offered last season. Johan Bakayoko has 0.27 non-penalty goals per game in comparison to Nathan Tella's 0.55. It's just not quite the same output at all, is it? However, being 3 years younger and under the guidance of Vincent Kompany, whilst also costing the same as what Tella is seemingly valued at, I would be more than happy if we could go and seal this deal for the Belgian winger over going and pursuing someone like Nathan Tella. Obviously, that deal's already dead in the water. Obviously, though, this price tag that's been set on Bakayoko and the whole transfer is absolutely out of this world for Burnley fans. Since when would you ever see Burnley in a transfer bid with something that's going to be around 30 million euros if it is to be completed? I mean, that is just mental. But honestly, I think that's still a bargain for a player of this talent. He's going to be going for over 50 million in just a couple seasons, and I can 100% see him playing in the Champions League football for one of the high-end clubs. So Burnley to go buy him, they would more than likely at least double their profit within literally 2 seasons. It just makes so much sense. But if you have enjoyed today's video, make sure you go check out this one right here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.